So Brian Anguello and Joe Warren are really good football players. Glad they're on our side because we've got a really good strike partnership building forward. So I've changed up the tactic to go to a 4-2-4 right now, control possession type tactic. It's working out really well for us. Joe Warren and Brian Anguello have been banging in goals for us. But sometimes we allow a little bit too many goals on the other side. We're in pretty good form though. We're playing really good. We beat DC United 4-0 with Joe Warren getting a hat trick, Anguello getting in a goal. We beat Toronto FC 5-1. Joe Warren getting a brace and Brian Anguello getting a brace as well. Brian Anguello with another brace and Akindele with a brace himself against Cincinnati 5-4. Colorado Rapids, we had a couple guys score some goals. We lost against the Columbus Crew 2-3 with Joe Warren getting a brace. Austin FC, we won. Brian Anguello and Derek Williams getting goals. And then we beat them in Montreal Impact 5-0 with Brian Anguello getting a hat trick and Joe Warren getting a brace. Coming back with the last two matches of the season. I know we didn't play much this year for this team, Orlando City. Couldn't think of the name of them. But we came in the season kind of late, so I went ahead and played some of these games because I just didn't feel like making 3 episodes out of these games right here. And then after that, we'll have the off-season. The draft, I believe, is in January. And then we should be doing a little bit better. Looking at the squad, we're still not really deep. But the good thing is we don't play as many games back to back. You know, there's more of a break in between the games. So the guys do get a little bit of time to rest. But I'm not going to make any moves until the draft happens, I think. From what I was reading, that's kind of a decent idea. And the players that I cut this offseason or this season that I waived, I probably should have just kept them because their salary cap is still being added to the salary cap that we have. And that's why we don't have a lot of money. So, but let's get into this match. I think I have a team selected. Nope, I don't have a team selected. So you guys are going to watch me select a team because I don't feel like making another cut right here after 2 minutes. Okay, another one. How long did what was I doing? I think I went and done something else in the meantime. Yeah, last time we played the New York City FC, we lost to them in a match I think we should. How did we look against them? Didn't we look good against them halfway through the game? I feel like we did. Yeah, we played a good game against them. I feel like. Could be wrong. But another thing before we go into the game, we're looking pretty good right now. We might make the playoffs. We got a couple of points. We got to win these last 2 games, I think, to get into them. We got to have some stuff fall our way before we get into the playoffs. I'm not going to be heartbroken if we don't make the playoffs because I didn't think we should with how the rest of the season went. Looks like we're not going to do any changes. I don't really have many changes to make because the team's really thin. So in goal, we got Gonzalez, a back 4 of Ruan, Santos, Jensen, and Williams. Midfield of Norton and Smith. Right-hand side, we got Rodolfo. On the left-hand side, we got Robinho. Up top, we got Anguello and Warren. Really happy about the Joe Warren kid. He's an American player. Hopefully we can keep him and we can kind of build around him until maybe he can turn into a decent little sale for us. I like having that kind of player on my team. All right, let's do this thing. Yep, everything looks good. Yeah, I think like I said, we have a chance of making the playoffs. I don't think we're going to, but there is an outside opportunity for us. I need to cut that out because one thing I've been forgetting to do is ask for you to leave a like and subscribe at the start of the video. I really hate asking for you to do that, but please do it. It helps get the channel out there a little bit more. And if you're on Twitter and you see my videos and you see that I send out the tweet, hey, check out this video, go ahead and retweet that as well. It would really help out the channel. Like I said, I really hate asking for that though. But it just helps out the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to upload on a really strict schedule to help that out a little bit as well. But it just helps the channel getting on a little bit better. And it gives me a little bit more feedback on what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong as far as how the channel is ran. But this has been a... Warren! Boom! He gets it in. It's his 16th of the season. We're up 1-0 in the 8th minute. Does the little roly-poly out there as a celebration. Things you love to see. Joe Warren scoring goals. Yeah, he's really young too. I would look at him. Yeah, I can still look at him here. Yeah, he is 19 years old. Yes. He's already went up half a star since we've been here. I think I changed the set pieces. Smith, turn around and run. That was poor by Gonzalez. He should have had that. I'm not sold on Gonzalez yet. I do like him because he's a young American goalkeeper, but his play just hadn't been there yet. He's got decent potential. I mean, he's what is he? 3.5 star potential. He's 2.5 stars right now. His contract is up at the end of the season. And I really just don't know if I want to re-sign him. I might. Because there is some games where he looks good, and then there's things that he does that I just don't like. Playing a little bit backwards right now. Okay, Rubinho. He gets it, and it's his 5th goal of the season. Assist by Joshua Smith. 2-1. Take a lead. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we got a lot of holes to fill on this team. So Gonzalez might stay just so I don't have to have another spot we have to fill. Get some more depth at the back and at the midfield. I'm actually okay with what we have in the attack because we do have some options. Granted, some of those guys ain't that great, but they're on salary cap for a couple of years, I believe. So we may have to keep those guys around and try to work with what we have salary cap wise for the defense and the midfield. Because I feel like we need another 2 solid midfielders, and we need backups in every position in the back. We're really struggling back there. The guys, they play majority of games. We do have, I think, one backup center back who's playable. He's not nothing special. He does have some potential in him, but I hadn't really played him that much either. Might start playing him a little bit more. Great time to do it, the last 2 games of the season. I think our left back is kind of getting up there in age as well. So maybe try to sign a younger player that has some potential for that spot. Anguello, he's going to take a shot. It's not going to go in, though. Score is still 2-1. Looks like we got some players that's playing pretty good out there. Joe Warren, Robinho, some of the defensive players I can't see right now because my webcam is in the way. Could probably look over here. It looks like Ruan, he's having a good game. Need to pay attention to the match, though, because they're about to score on us. No. I hate these kind of highlights. I really hate these kind of highlights. They take a 2-2. They draw it up 2-2 going into halftime. Very disappointing right there. You could see it coming, though. The build was there. I don't want to see it. Get it out of here. I mean, I am pleased with how things are going. I think we're playing pretty well right now. This has just kind of been the story of our team in the matches that we've lost. I might have to do a little Google Translate on how to say the right back's name. Ruan? Yeah, I'm going to check it out after this episode because I know I'm butchering his name. We're going to drop a little bit of encourage out there on the guys. I think that's a decent move. They're not. Okay, so we need to make a change. They said they're wanting me to bring on Bard for Williams. Fortunately, he can't even play over there. Sorry, Williams, you're staying on. And one move I usually do is I bring on Baird somewhere. He can play up top. I think we're going to bring in Michel. just to give Anguello a little bit of a break. I don't really know what you are. I'll just put you as a deep line forward out there on support just to help out Joe Warren a little bit. Norton is not having a good game. He'd be somebody I'd be taking off right now if I had a player to put in that spot. You may have noticed somebody on the team that's that you didn't see in the last episode. So I think he's a right back. His name's Padilla. He's a young prospect who's got a season-ending injury. He was on our second team, so I went ahead and brought him up, not realizing that he had an injury or a season-ending injury. So he's just kind of hanging out right now, not doing much. I don't like how this is going either. If I'm not mistaken, they won the last game relatively late in the match. Close call. Yeah, so one thing you guys may notice, I do have a little bit of a backlog of videos, and that's because I'm kind of preparing for our move back home, because there will be a week that I won't have my computer, and I'm trying to get as many videos done as I can so there won't be a change in the schedule. There may be, but we take a 3-2 to lead. In the 79th minute, Joe Warren coming back out again. He does the roly-poly celebration again. And this stuff you love to see with Joe Warren. He is a really good football player for us. But yeah, so some of the comments, they may be a little bit slow for you to see an effect in the game if it's something that's your suggestion. So just a little bit of a heads up. Ooh, that was come on, free kick. Send him off, ref. Okay, we got one more sub, I think, don't we? Yeah, we do. I don't really know what to do, so you're going to come on for Santos. Why did I say that? Hopefully we can hold on to this lead for the last couple of minutes, come away with another victory, and trying to get into the playoffs. Plays a pretty pass. The guy that I can't say. He gets it into Joe Warren. Joe Warren bounces it off a defender, I think. Corner kick. Okay. No. And I think we're going to get away with a win here, boys. 3-2. Things you love to see. Joe Warren had an absolutely tremendous game for us. That's what we wanted. Professional job. Well done. Joe Warren, he's a great player, yeah. One question in the interview. So let's see where we're sitting at right now. Sitting one spot outside of the playoffs. If you're not aware of how the MLS is, there's two conferences. You have the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. Make up a play. They play each other. So we'll play every team in the East 2 times. Everybody in the West plays everybody in the West 2 times, and then they make up the rest of the games from the other conference. At the end of the season, there is a playoff to see who wins the championship. The Supporters Shield is the person who wins the league in the season. And they have the Lamar Hunt Open Cup. It's just basically an FA Cup over here. But yeah, so they wanted us to finish mid-table in the Supporters Shield. Not going to happen. Well, it might happen. Oh, they wanted top half. I thought it was mid-table. Probably not going to happen. But we're going to be coming up against the other guys, the Atlanta United, in the next match. So we'll be back in a second, guys. Time for the Atlanta United game. No changes to the lineup. We got Gonzalez in goal. Ruhan on the right-hand side. We got Santos, Jensen in the center. Williams on the left. Norton, Smith in the middle, central mid. Right-hand side, we got Rodolfo. Left-hand side, we got Robinho. Up top, Anguello and Warren. I was able to sign Gonzalez to a new contract. It's starting at the end of his current one. So he will be back next year. I don't know if he will be the starter, but he will be back. I've scouted some of the team players on our academy team, and it looks like some of those kids have some really high potential. So I'm interested to see how they do. I don't know if I could sign them if I wanted to right now. I feel like I've seen this guy before. I don't know why I think I've seen him before. Okay. He just looks familiar. So this apparently is a derby, so we may play Atlanta United more than the other teams on screen or on YouTube, just because there is a little bit of a rivalry there. And they are a very good club, typically in the United States. They have a really good striker that I even know of as somebody who doesn't keep up with the MLS at all. So I don't know what to expect for this match. I do think he is out. It looks like he is. He's not on the pitch right now. I don't know if they're resting him or what. But we're moving the ball around rather nicely right now. Rodolfo has it, gets it over to Warren. Joe Warren with the 18th goal of the season. 1-0 in the 11th minute. Really like Joe Warren, in case you guys can't tell. He will be probably the player on our short list, to keep up with, maybe sign in the future. I don't know how he will translate talent-wise to the other leagues, but I really like that kid. And I mean, like, as an American, it's really cool to see an American doing good on a team. So it is pretty cool. Excited about him. And we do have another player that's on loan right now that is an attacking mid. Looks to be a pretty good player. He's 2.5 stars. I think he's like 4-star potential. So he may be somebody we can use next year as well. I'd like to train him in the midfield for the time being, because I think going forward right now, because we just got 2 really good strikers. I know Anguello hadn't done anything in these 2 matches, but I mean, he's been tipped to win the MVP award, and Joe Warren has been tipped to win the Young Player of the Season award. So I would like to stay with a formation that has 2 strikers. And obviously we have 2 good wings, so I think a 4-2-4 is probably what we stick with. Joe Warren getting a brace. That's his 19th goal of the season. 2-0 for the Orlando City Soccer Club. And I am calling them the Soccer Club because that is their actual title. I try to say football most of the time. As an American, it's kind of weird. As somebody who keeps up with football as an American, when you talk to Americans about it, you have to call it soccer because they don't know what you're talking. They think you're talking about the NFL or college football here. But when I'm talking to Europeans, I guess I say football. So I don't really care what you call the game. It's an awesome game no matter what you say. We're taking a 3-0 lead, though. I am shocked that we're beating Atlanta United. Anguello just doing good stuff right there. Yeah, it's definitely like a weird thing being a big time football fan in America, just because like you want to have that person that you can talk to the sport about. People just don't care. Like it's, and you would think maybe like with the MLS, like if the league, if the quality of the league was a little bit better, people would pay attention to it. I really don't think people would really care. And it's kind of sad because typically like from what I've like, the sports that I keep up with, the fan bases in America have really good fan bases, especially like when you're looking at American football, those fan bases are huge. Baseball has some really big fan bases. College football is absolutely huge in America, especially down south. Like the city I live in, there's a college there, Auburn University. They won the national championship a couple years ago. And Alabama University is like the predominant powerhouse in college football. But Auburn University, it's the second team in Alabama. It's not the largest, but they pump in, the stadium's around 85,000. And before COVID, it would pack sellouts all the time. So like I wish that you could find something like I wish football could do, or European football could do that in America. Because I think like it'd be fun. It'd be real fun. And I would enjoy going to some of the matches. It's like with the job that we're doing now, COVID wasn't going on, or like, and it may change a little bit next season because they're kind of doing like some limited seating in some stadiums. It'd be cool to go to one of the MLS games, especially with us traveling. I know we've actually talked about Orlando being our next destination when we leave South Dakota. So that would be fun. I'd really like to go to Nashville when they play at the professional football, the Tennessee Titans stadium, and it's a rather large stadium. I thought about going to Atlanta United games because they have a big atmosphere at that stadium. I just can't get into Atlanta United. I wish we was playing at their stadium because it's a massive thing. It's kind of a shared venue across Atlanta sports, and it's a really cool place to be. But with the match going on right now, it looks like we are sitting in the playoffs. So we do have. I don't know how the playoffs go. I think it's. I think the number one seed in the playoff from each conference gets a bye, and the rest of the teams play each other. So if we stay in the playoffs, we will have that fun too. And I really don't know what was happening with the squad before we took over because it's a thin squad, but it's not a bad squad by any means. I mean, Atlanta United's sitting, what, 2 in the conference right now? So we're playing a really good squad right now. Granted, they don't have Gonzalez out there. But Football Manager this year has been weird to me just because, like, if you get your team dynamics just right and you go on a run, it's not a bad. It's pretty easy. Had an opportunity there to go up 4-1. So let's look at the rest of the games. Okay, so Montreal Impact have dropped a point. So they hadn't played yet. Okay, that's why we've jumped them. I don't think we'll be making the playoffs. We need to win this match, and they need to lose their match for us to make it in. So it's time to make some changes, though. Robinho's not looking too hot on that left-hand side. He's going to come off. Baird's going to come in for him. I got to really change this guy's name or this guy's name. We're going to change him because he's not a real player. What is your first name? Your first name is Reese. So you from now on will be known as Reese. If I can spell it right. That way the names don't confuse me a little bit. I think that's what we're going to stick with right now. Another little highlight here. Looking like it's going to be ours. Maybe we can get another goal in. If we win this game, we've done all we can do to make it into the playoffs. The rest of it is out of hands. So sadly, I don't think we're going to make it in. We would have won one of the games that, I can't remember what game it was that we lost. Or if we could have beat New York FC the first time when they came back and beat us in the last minutes of that game. There was the guy that I tried signing. I see him now on the pitch. I've tried signing. Where is he now? I don't see him now. Right there, Kaio. I tried signing him on a free, but because our salary cap wasn't able to sign him, Atlanta United jumped in there and picked him up. He looked like a really good player. He was a 3-star, I think, 4.5-star potential player. That'd have been really nice to sign him, but wasn't able to pull it off, unfortunately. Time to make our final change after this highlight. Been a lot of highlights in this match. Still got 10 minutes left to go of the match, and I'm already usually done with a match at this time of the recording. I'm really excited about the draft. I've seen a couple of videos on it, and it looks pretty cool. So you get an email talking about, hey, the draft combine's coming up, which I don't know if people know what that is. It's basically though, then MLS invites players. You know, so I don't know how many of them. They invite a good portion of the people that are participating in the draft to a central location. They hold a couple of matches, scout the game. So we'll get that email and we'll scout all the players that's in it. There is sometimes a select handful of people that's not in that's going to be in the draft. So you will have to scout them elsewhere. But and then they just basically the order is picked by the way the league finished, starting from bottom to top. making picks. Our team, apparently they traded 2 of our picks away before we got here, so we only have a round 1 and a round 2 pick. So I think the mindset that you do is you draft the best overall player. That's what I typically would do in most situations in any of the sports that I played. But Atlanta United is coming back on us in this match. But so I think that's what I'm going to do. But if it comes down to like a choice of like 3 players and 2 of those players are attacking players and one of them is a defender, I'm going to take the defender right now just because of how thin we are. But if it's a situation of where we have 3 attackers that we like in the first round, I'm going to take the attackers. Just because our backups, they're not really that good either. We just got good starters in that position. Okay, we can blow the whistle and I'm happy. Get it over with. Let's just blow it. We win 3-2. What I'm going to do is I think we're going to stay live a little bit to see how the rest of this day goes, to see if we make it into the playoffs. It's a great win for us. We're absolutely delighted about beating Atlanta FC. Warren with another brace, putting out at 8.10. I'm not going to do the press conference this time. So we're sitting 14th right now. They still haven't played. We're going to sim the day and see what happens. See if we make it into the playoffs. If not, we're going to come back tomorrow with a transfer into the season special kind of, see what happens kind of deal. We didn't make it into the playoffs. Montreal Impact won. We are out of it. Where the heck are we at? We dropped a couple places. So, yeah, we finished 16th this season. Looks like the Cincinnati FC won and Montreal Impact won as well. So, unfortunately, our season is coming to an end. But in the next episode, we're going to be having the transfer window, which should be fun. Unfortunately, the season ended not how we wanted to. We did do the best we could, though, since taking over. But if you enjoyed that video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know who you think is going to be the player that we can build around in the future. Who's going to be the MVP of next season for us? Obviously, you only seen 4 matches, but you did see a little bit of them. So, appreciate you guys watching.